Hi, Kim Wilson here again, and we've got our last card for card class for this month. So this one's going to be very similar in layout to the last one, but we're going to add a technique. So instead of doing a die cut in the designer series paper, we are going to just layer a coordinating mat there of the pretty cottage wreaths designer series paper, and this one is the mint macaron. So you can see it's got that one on one side, and I'm using this one here. So it's hard to decide which side of the paper to use. They're both really pretty. I decided to go with the larger gingham for this card. Okay, so that's on and ready to go. And so I've got the stylish shapes circle to put on the outside of this card. On the previous one, we actually cut it into that panel. So I'm going to go ahead and add my circle here. And although I should have stamped first, you always stamp first, but we're going to put a little hello on this circle. So stamping first means you can turn it the other direction if you mess up, but looks like I'm okay there. So I've got my hello on, and now I'm going to do my spattering. So this is something you're going to have to play with a little bit because it's going to be different every time, and sometimes it takes a little practice to get just exactly how you want it to look. So you've got your grid paper here, so you can practice a little bit on your grid paper, or just pull in a scrap of cardstock. There's a piece there I can try too, if you can't see it well on your grid paper. And I'm going to use two different ways to spatter. Well, it's the same way, but two different mediums. I have mint macaron ink here to match my tone-on-tone card, and then I've got Wink of Stella, so I can add both kinds of spatters. Now I'm just going to add a little re-inker on one of my acrylic blocks. If you don't have the re-inker, what you can do is just push onto your ink pad and get some ink into the lid, and then use your water painter, and you're going to add some water to the ink so that it's a little more dilute. And you want to get it nice and juicy because you're going to take your finger and go like that and flick. You can see on my white cardstock there it's working. So I'm going to go ahead and do that also onto my card itself. And so you can see I'm getting some nice spatters. I think I'm going to add a little more water to that because I want spatters on both my circle and my designer series paper. Okay, we'll go with that. We don't want to go too crazy with the spatters. And I'm going to do just exactly the same with my Wink of Stella pen. So I'm going to tap on it. And this you probably are not going to be able to see as much. But when you take a look at the card in different angles, I'm trying to see if I'm getting much of a spatter. I don't think I'm getting too much on this one quite yet. So I might have to do a little more shaking there to get that down, and just do a little bit more experimenting with my splatters. But let me show you the sample because I got quite a bit of that sparkle on my sample there. Trying to see if you can see that shimmer. So it's very, very sparkly when it dries. And so I've got both my spatters from my ink and my spatters from Wink of Stella. And then I can just finish decorating the card. And we're just going to make it real simple. We're just going to add a bow and a couple of leaves. Again, die cut with my favorite distressed gold paper. And the leaves are hiding in my envelope here. I can see them down there. So if you've got the kit, make sure you grab those leaves. They might be hiding down in the bottom. So we'll put a little bit of liquid glue on those leaves and just tuck them up there in the corner with my circle. And I thought it would be cute to use the black gingham ribbon. I haven't pulled this out in a while, and I really love it, but it goes along with the gingham theme we've got going on here. So I'm just going to make a little bow, and we'll that on. And you should have a little extra there, so it's easier to tie when you have a little bit of extra. Don't cut your ribbon too short, so then you can go back and trim it with your paper snips after it's tied. And my favorite way to adhere ribbon is with glue dots. So let me grab a glue dot here, and we'll just dot that right on there. And there's our technique card. So give it a try. Try some spattering. If you don't have the water painters, try a paintbrush and some water and ink, or anything liquid that you can add add a little bit of spatter. So we have some spatter stamps too, so just adds a little bit of fun texture to that card. And of course with the Wink of Stella you get that nice shimmer. Now let me show you the cards that inspired me. And these are 2 swap cards that I got at Backstage from Stampin' Up, the meeting we had recently. So this one has some of that spattering, ink spattering in the background. So I thought that was really cool. And that actually inspired me for the whole entire layout for this card. And then this one here that I got, so pretty, has that Wink of Stella spattering all over it. So I really like that one. That looks pretty with the fall colors. And I think this stamp set she used is Soft Seedlings, which is in the mini catalog, and really pretty. So there we go. There's our technique card for this month. Hope you enjoyed card class this month. And you can always find me at craftdoc.com. So happy stamping, everyone.